Hello there Internet, Mr. Welch here, letting you know that you should play Super Time Force. If you were to, say, look at the button mapping for Super Time Force, you'd think it was a very simple game. It's an old-fashioned side-scrolly shooter. Left to right, shoot everything that moves, repeat. The plot, such as it is, involves the titular Super Time Force, going through the timeline from the far past to the distant future, making things better for everybody. Everybody in the Super Time Force, that is. Highlights include saving Atlantis and claiming it for America as a tourist trap, and finding the Holy Grail so you can sell it online and save the commander's favorite restaurant chain. It is a game that, foremost, does not take itself seriously, and has no pretensions to being anything more than a fun video game. E.g., in the first scene of the game, a scientist invents time travel, then his future self appears and calls him a loser. This game bothers with none of the metaphysical hogwash you normally get with time travel-centric narratives, save maybe to answer the question of what would happen if time travel fell into the wrong hands, but the plot isn't why we're here, so you can skip every cutscene and still get a good game. One of the things that adds to the game, besides the main gameplay mechanic, is the plethora of assorted characters and levels. As you go through the levels, you're actually traveling through time, and you'll shoot your way through a futuristic city in a Mad Maxy dystopian future. And in these levels, you will find and time rescue various characters who will join your cause because, hey, they weren't doing anything. My favorites? Ludon Jim, the Bathrobe Jedi, and Dolphin Lundgren, Ass-Kicker of the Sea. All of the stages are available from the start, cause time travel, so you are free to tackle them in any order you want. Now I haven't mentioned what makes this game great yet because it's going to take a bit of doing and I'm going to need you to work with me. As you play, you will die. The levels are challenging and your characters are all one hit point wonders. When you die though, you don't go back to a checkpoint or anything. Instead, a new interface pops up allowing you to sort of track through your history like a VCR for those of you who still remember what VCRs are. At any time you can stop and pick a point to resume your game as a new character. This will happen as many times as you need to beat the level. Here's the thing though, when you resume the game, the character you were playing as before you died will continue on the path you gave them. All the actions you made up till your death will be replicated by the character, and if you can stop your character's death, you can pick them up like a power-up, getting an extra hit. This makes on-screen action rather cluttered at times, especially during boss fights. Especially during the final stage boss fights, where more than 15 of your characters will likely be on screen at a time. This may seem kind of confusing on paper, but in practice it's really cool. Because each character is completely unique with both a basic attack and a charged attack, the action becomes beautifully chaotic with all the flying bullets, grenades, and energy orbs. And it culminates at the finish of each level. Once you beat a level, the game gives you a replay of your and all your time clones' progress through the mission, and this replay never fails to entertain. The game has 6 stages, each with 4 levels and a final boss level. Each level takes about 3 minutes to get through, and yes, this counts the time travel shenanigans, just roll with it, so the whole game will be over relatively quickly, but that's not all there is. There are dozens of challenge levels, and if those aren't your thing, then each of the story levels has 3 collectibles to get. One is shards, golden glowy dealies that give you a life but shatter when they hit the ground. Oh, they break. Damn. If only there was some way you could anticipate where they would be. Remember, time travel solves every problem. Second are the globes, which significantly slow down time when you pick up or shoot them. The third isn't a power-up, but if you get through a level fast enough, there will be a thing at the end of the level to pick up. Each of the levels has a set number of each of these collectibles, and when you pick up all of them, you get a medal. Get enough of these medals and you'll unlock extra characters. But this game is so fun without the extras, I'd still play the levels over. The game only brings one new thing to the table, the time travel gimmick, but the game is built around it so well it's absolute fun, and that's all I need from a video game. Yes, it's short, beatable in about 5 hours, but it's entertaining from start to finish. The time travel shenanigans may be a gimmick, but it's an amazing and genius gimmick, and I love it as much as I love the fact that the Pyro, Zoe, and Saxton Hale are unlockable characters in the PC version. And I really love that. Seriously, whoever's responsible for this needs a high five.